EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique. By using this technique, you must agree to take full responsibility for your own well-being. EFT is not meant to replace appropriate medical treatment or mental health therapy. So what is EFT? EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. EFT is a gentle tapping technique where you tap on specific points on the body while tuning into an emotional issue that has been causing a disturbance in the body's energy system. This disturbance is called negative emotions. Negative meaning something uncomfortable, and emotion meaning energy in motion. So by tapping these points that are derived from the ancient art of acupuncture and acupressure while tuned into a past emotional issue, balance in the energy system can be restored, bringing with it relief from physical and psychological problems. Let's start with the basic instructions for applying EFT. And if you have not received the EFT instructions leaflet with this recording, you can download it for free at www.walkingtall-hypnotherapy.com. So let us begin with the tapping points. The first point is called the karate chop point, and it is located on the side of either hand where the little finger is. And just as it is called, it is the fleshy side of the hand used in karate. Now what I would like you to do is begin tapping this point with the index and forefinger of the opposite hand. You may use either hand. There is no wrong way to do this, as it is a very forgiving technique. Tap this point at least 7 times, and each of the following other points. The next point is the eyebrow point, and this is located on the inside edge of the eyebrow, close to the bridge of the nose. Again, either side will do, whatever feels right or comfortable for you. Tapping this point with the index and forefinger 7 times. The next point is the side of the eye. This point is located on the bone on the outside edge of the eye socket. Tapping this point again with the same 2 fingers 7 times. The next point is under the eye. Again, this is on the bone on the underside of the eye socket. Tapping again 7 times with the same 2 fingers. Next we have under the nose. This point is under the nose between the nose and the top lip. Again, tapping here 7 times. Now moving on to the chin point. This is located in the dip between the lower lip and the chin. Tap here 7 times also. The next point is the collarbone point. To find this point, run your finger from your chin down your neck to about where a man ties a necktie, and you will notice a V where both collarbones meet. Now from the center of this V, run your finger up either side until you notice where the bone angles off towards either shoulder. And it is at the tip of the bone where it angles off on either side. This is where to tap. This is what we call the collarbone point. Tap here 7 times. Next, I would like you to pat under your arm, on either side with the palm of your hand, along the line where a lady's bra strap would be. Pat here 7 times. This is called the underarm point. And the last point is located on top of the head, around where a girl would have a hairband cross her head. pat here with the palm of your hand 7 times. Now if you need to go back over this section to familiarize yourself with the points before moving on, please do so now. Now before you begin to experience something new, I would like you to make yourself comfortable, somewhere you will not be disturbed, so that you may get an experience of how EFT can make changes for you. This is called the breathing exercise. Okay, now that you are comfortable, I would like you to take a deep breath, filling your lungs as much as you can. And exhale. Very good. Now in a moment, I want you to take another deep breath and fill your lungs again, only this time I want you to measure on a scale of 0 to 10 how full you have filled your lungs. Alright, go ahead and take a deep breath, filling your lungs, and exhale. Okay, so what number came to mind as you filled your lungs, or what number comes to mind now of how full your lungs were? There's no need to go searching for rational right answers. Whatever number just pops to mind is the right answer. Alright, whatever number just popped to mind between 0 and 10, I would like you to subtract that number from 10. And whatever number you are left with, we will call breathing constriction. And it is called this because your breathing was constricted in some way from getting to a full 10. Okay, so let's do some tapping. Begin tapping on the karate chop point and saying out loud after me, even though I have this breathing constriction, I deeply and completely accept myself. Continuing to tap on the karate chop point, saying, even though I have this breathing constriction, I deeply and completely accept myself. And one more time, while continuing to tap, even though I have this breathing constriction, I deeply and completely accept myself. Now start tapping on the eyebrow point while saying, this breathing constriction. Side of the eye, continuing to say at each point, this breathing constriction. Under the eye, this breathing constriction. Under the nose, this breathing constriction. Chin point, this breathing constriction. Collarbone point, this breathing constriction. Now patting under the arm, this breathing constriction, and top of the head, this breathing constriction. Now take a deep breath, filling your lungs, and as you exhale, noticing any changes, and also measuring once again on a scale of 0 to 10, what number pops to mind? Also maybe noticing your breathing is more smooth, or your chest has filled a little more. Sometimes people get subtle changes, but often they get impressive changes. One point I would like to add here is that it is very important that you say the statements out loud, as this keeps you focused both consciously and unconsciously. And while it may not seem like we are working with unconscious processes, that is where the change is happening, a total mind-body connection. So what number came to mind that time, between 0 and 10? whatever number you have, subtract that once again from 10, and we will continue with that remaining breathing constriction. And if you got a 10, you may wish to do the breathing exercise one more time before moving on to your EFT session. And if not, that's okay. Just move on to your EFT session. And for those of you who have a remaining breathing constriction, let's continue. Alright, begin tapping on the karate chop point while saying after me, even though I have this remaining breathing constriction, I deeply and completely accept myself. And again, even though I have this remaining breathing constriction, I deeply and completely accept myself. One more time. Even though I have this remaining breathing constriction, I deeply and completely accept myself. Now start tapping the eyebrow point while saying, remaining breathing constriction. Side of the eye, remaining breathing constriction. Under the eye, remaining breathing constriction. Under the nose, remaining breathing constriction. Chin point, remaining breathing constriction. Collarbone, remaining breathing constriction. Under the arm, remaining breathing constriction. And top of the head, remaining breathing constriction. Take a deep breath, filling your lungs, and as you exhale, measure that once again between 0 and 10. And if you are at 10, you can move on to the next section, and if not, you may wish to do the breathing exercise again. But if not, that's okay too. You may move on to your EFT session, as this section was only an exercise where you have learned something new, noticing subtle changes as you did that.